Hello, this is Brian Resney, President of Resney Wealth Management, bringing you an important update about the economy and the investment markets. Well, the first quarter is pretty much done. Generally speaking, we had some really, to be realistic, normal volatility the first quarter of this year. Nobody likes volatility, as I talked before. But again, you're in a transition year. We've got some higher inflation. It's been fairly sticky. I think it'll be sticky for a while, to be brutally honest, not as high as it's been. But I think as we get into the second half, some of the supply chain issues with inflation, we're starting to see those slowly abate. But is energy going to stay up for a while? It certainly will. Gas prices, diesel, natural gas, your electric bill, all of these things are going to be higher, at least for the next couple of years, in my opinion. Could they go higher? Potentially, but they're going to stay high for a while. One of the things I want to stress, again, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, whether you voted for Trump, whether you voted for Biden, I'm going to give you the facts. The facts are, under the current administration, they have a war on fossil fuels. And unfortunately, that reacts to your national security and, of course, your economic security in addition. And people say, well, they've got all these permits or all these leases that they're making available. I will tell you that the administration has completely slammed the door shut. So to get approved for one of these permits to drill could take years and years and years. You have to jump through even more hoops. They're basically making it impossible for you to basically drill, add a pipeline, or do any of these other things that really need to be done. What's interesting, though, is the president made an announcement last week that we're going to supply Europe with liquefied natural gas. Well, guess what? We don't have the infrastructure for that. We're already at capacity. So you either change your rules and regulations that you ramped up multiple times after the election against fossil fuels. Now, am I all for clean energy? I sure am. But reality is this. Anybody who thinks clean energy is going to be functional and affordable for at least another 20, 30, 40 years, I'm sorry, but that's not reality. We need fossil fuels. We can develop clean technology over time, and then we can phase these things in. But if you basically shoot your foot off in order to say, oh, we're going to adjust climate change, which fact-based, there's not really half the people think there is and isn't, not to get in a detailed discussion about climate change. But again, half think there is, half think there isn't. Kind of interesting. And as I've talked before, government always does things the wrong way. But again, we'll survive. So what I'm going to say is this. Expect higher energy prices for at least the next couple of years. They could go higher potentially. The economy in the U.S. actually is doing quite well. Europe, not so much, but I've talked about Europe a number of times. We are not invested there. There are some indicators out there that, of course, always make us nervous. We've had talk about recession again. Folks, we have a talk about recession every single year. Go back in history, go back into the news cycles. They talk about recessions every single year. Is there going to be a recession? Potentially. I don't see anything this year. Maybe next year. We're watching our indicators closely. If we need to make portfolio adjustments to be a little more defensive, we will do that. But generally speaking, the U.S. economy is doing quite well. It is resilient in spite of all the incompetence, generally speaking, that our government spews out and the policies that they enact. We're going to survive. I firmly feel we will grow this year. And again, but we do have a few concerns, and we're watching those things quite close. We have made a few adjustments in portfolios. We have a few more things coming up. As always, if you have any concerns about your portfolio or have any questions, give the office a call. We would love to talk to you, as always. If you have any concerns, you need to do an update, whether it's a phone review, in-office review, great. And as always, we appreciate your business, your trust, and your referrals. Your referrals keep our business growing. Think about us next time you talk to a friend or family member that needs a good financial money manager who's going to work in their legal best interest, as Resney Wealth Management always does. Have a safe and profitable day.